Hello again, and it's me, Josh Levine, coming to you live from my backyard in historic, actually it's not historic, northern Phoenix. Anyway, I'm in my backyard, and today I want to give you a crash course in coin collecting. I want to tell you everything you need to know, and let's call it American coin collecting. American coins really got their start in about 1792 when we first started minting our own coins versus what was being used from England and Europe in general. And we started minting pretty much right away, in silver coinage. Gold came a little later, but I just want to give you a crash course on what you need to know when you're digging through that loose change and what to look for. First off, most important thing I'm going to tell you, 1964. If you find a quarter or a dime pre-1964 or before, it's worth pretty much the value of silver at that day. It's 90% silver, therefore it has silver value and numismatic value. I'll say numismatic means the coin collecting, basically. It's the nerdy term for coin collecting, it's numismatic, but that word's gonna come up again because it's important in doing some of your research. So let's say you have a 1964 quarter, your classic quarter as you know it, a Washington head. All right, if you have 4 of them, you have $1, but you really have $1 in silver. So about $15, just to give you an idea. Now that's worth a lot more than $1. So you really need to be on the lookout for 1964 quarters and dimes. It's an easy win. Same with silver dollars. Silver dollars, that's what you're looking for. And it's the Morgan silver dollars, are the classics, the peace dollars. Peace dollars came right after World War I. 1922 is when the minting first started. This is where I'm now going to get into key dates. Again, most important thing, remember, pre-1964 American coins, quarters, dimes. Then you get into your nickels. Nickels really, until you get into the buffalo heads, don't really have a numismatic collector value until you get into the earlys. However, during World War II, several of these nickels were minted in sterling silver as well. Again, follow that same rule. Look for, $1's worth, and pretty much you got $15. That's how you can do the math. I also want to get into mint marks, okay? Silver dollars, let's use the Morgan for example. The Morgan is the classic silver dollar that you would see. It's from the late 19th century, early 20th century, right before the peace dollar. And what you're looking for is a mint mark. Mint marks are found on the reverse. It would be on the back where the eagle appears, and on the back at the eagle's talons on the bottom, you're looking for a mint mark. Why are you looking for a mint mark? In the US, there were several mints that printed this coinage. And you had Philadelphia printing at the time, you had New Orleans, which is an O down there, S, San Francisco, and the Holy Grail for the most part is Carson City, CC. If you find Carson City on your Morgan silver dollars, they have much more numismatic value than they do obviously silver value, because again, you're a $15, $20 coin, depending on condition. We'll talk condition in a second. So what you're looking for on silver dollars, or you're looking for those mint marks, it really can change the value. There are some times where San Francisco and New Orleans can have more value than silver value, but that's rare. And where I'm going to tell you to go is a great website called numismedia.com. It's nusimedia.com. Google it, because if you misspell it, which I probably just did, it's a lot easier to find. And they have a section called fair market value. Every single American coin is there, and you can literally look them up. And when you get good at it, it's like looking up scratch-off lottery tickets. There are pennies that are worth a fortune. There are nickels. There are dimes. Things will drive you crazy when you start going through, like looking for a needle in a haystack. People who look for the holy grail of pennies, the 1909 VDB, of which I don't remember if there's 20 known to exist, and there's some out there, and they're $1 million pennies. They're starting to forge those. So again, you can find forgeries of those, especially if someone's selling one to you, asks you for $100 for one, they're probably selling you a forgery. So anyway, what the key things I look for are pre-1964, you're looking for your silver first. Gold coins, whole nother animal. Gold coins, for the most part, are the value of gold plus a little bit for the numismatic collector value, the coin collector value, and that they're accepted as it's for gold collectors and bullion collectors. They're like the American $20 gold piece is like the, one of the holy grails. So, but what you're looking for in the 19th century, there are some very key factors, especially when you get back to those mint marks and you get into the rare mints, Carson City, etc. But however, they weren't minting a lot of gold coins, so they're already rare when you get back into the 1860s, 1850s. Some of those coins can be tremendously valuable. I'll give you a short story. We had a gentleman come to us. He was actually recommended to us by a collector in Prescott, good friend of ours. Shout out to Scott from Prescott Valley Auctions. He's an awesome dude. He actually recommended the gentleman contact me. He had a $20 gold piece that he had found prospecting with a metal detector up at Lynx Lake outside of Prescott, and he literally found a bag of $20 gold pieces. Probably had fallen off horseback, no joke, Pony Express kind of thing. They all dated in that 1850, 1860, 1870. He went to a local coin dealer who offered him about $1,500 a coin. However, he made a mistake, and his conscience probably did this. He said, for this coin I can give you a little bit more because it's more rare. So the gentleman said, okay, I'll take the $1,500 for each one of these, but I'm going to hold on to that one that you said is rare. Guy's probably still kicking himself to this day, because he was making a fair offer on the other coins. And by the way, I will have an episode on how to sell your gold and silver at pawn shops and not get taken advantage of. At least know what the true value is. And it's a very easy equation, and they will not enjoy me teaching that to you in an episode, but I'm gonna need props for that. So, and my editing skills have not gotten there yet. I'm a new vlogger. Until I get somebody helping me out with editing, this is what you get. So, back to it. So this gentleman contacted us and he said, hey, I have this coin and someone it off. I've now taken it around to several other places, and I was offered $3,000, $5,000, $8,000, $3,000. I said, hey, that sounds like an auction to me. But in this case, because of the rarity of this coin, the value on condition was so much greater. Comic books, coins, baseball cards, they need to have a third-party grading to receive the value and to have the collectors know and have a homogenized acceptance of what its condition is. Now, what I mean by that is, I can say it's in excellent condition. You can say it's in excellent condition. But if a board of experts certifies this piece as X, this is what it's worth, the community at large accepts this as a fact, and therefore book value is accepted. So, nerding out on you again. Let's get back to the gold. So we have this gold coin, and the values I saw in the blue book ranged from $3,000 to $1 million based on condition. Now again, the finest examples are the ones that were $1 million. Now that would mean had never seen the light of day, never touched by human hands, dead mint condition, like the ones you see when they come sealed, factory sealed in the mint that they sell today as collectors. Very next to impossible to find something from the 19th century like that, obviously, because they weren't made to be collectible. But this coin, because it had been in state, it was in this bag, and as close to mint as possible, it probably had just been minted. It was in one of those conditions where I felt it was worth sending out. That's another thing. You have to assess whether the fee they're going to charge you to grade is going to be significant. So, and it only comes into play with those really rare examples. Like if something's very fine and you think it'll really influence the price, and again, only on the key dates and the mint marks, rare mint marks, is it really worth doing this? But again, ask an expert, they'll tell you if it's worth sending out. Nobody's trying to make their $30 in fees off of you on giving you a referral like that. So we send the coin in to get graded. It comes back what they call AU50. It means almost uncirculated, and the rating number was a 50, which was very high. It valued the piece at $25,000. So it went up for public auction, and I believe with buyer's premium and everything came at about $28,750, give or take. So a lot better than the $8,000 best offer he had received. And honestly, I felt the grade was better. But you know what? The PCGS, the holy grail of appraising coins, said what they said. Who am I to question it? Once again, it's Josh. Josh Levine Speaks and Why Don't You Want My Stuff. Check back again. Take care. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, by the way, and tell your friends.